Hey folks, welcome back to Street Rust. What we are going to be doing tonight, you can tell it's dark outside. Finally, we've got the Vice Grip wipe-on clear coat. We went with the matte finish. Been talking about doing this for a year. So long story short, ordered the product. When it came, they come in a bag. It's packed really well, but one of them apparently leaked. And it was an absolute mess in the bag, had to get it replaced. They did a great job. I mean, quick, got it replaced for me, no problem. So let's talk about what comes in the kit and what it cost. It's about $123, $125, but by the time you pay shipping and handling and add tax, you're talking about $150. So, but for the average Joe who doesn't have a compressor or sprayer, who can do a clear coat, this looks to be a good alternative. Okay, so what comes in the kit? You've got 32 ounces, 1 quart of the wipe-on clear coat. This is matte finish, like I said. I wanted to go with matte on this. And we got the clear coat catalyst, which is a 1/4 pint, which should be 1:8 ratio. I had it figured out before. This is going to be about 4 ounces. So actually, if you had a big enough container, you could just mix 1 to 1 and be done with it. I'm not going to do that. In the event that I have any left over, I want to save it. It comes with instructions. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then it comes with this little card. You can send good before and after photos for a chance to be featured on our social media. And I took some pre-pictures out in the sun. I'll try to get some more. So basically what it tells you to do is scuff it up. You can look at my previous videos from last summer. You know, I scuffed this pretty good. I cleaned it up. I got it deoxidized. I used that Meguiar's a Miracle cream and we buffed it out and everything. But I will go over it with a very, like a 4/0 steel wool. And all I want to do is just scuff it up a little bit like that. I'll hit the whole car. That is just to make sure I've got a good surface for this to adhere to, because I don't know what kind of surface it needs, but it does tell you in the instructions to wash the surface. I've already done that using a light duty scuff pad, remove as much loose dirt, blah, blah, blah as possible. If you use these scuff pads like I buy at the Dollar Tree, that is too aggressive. You're going to leave swirl marks in it and things of that nature. We learned that last year. Wound up going with an SOS pad to really get it down before we buffed it out. That's why I'm going to use, this is not an SOS pad, it's just 4/0 steel wool. All right, I've decided I'm not going to tape anything off. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with the 4/0 steel wool. If I need to come back, if I do get it on a piece of chrome somewhere and I don't like it, I've got some acetone that I'll clean it up with real gently. What am I going to use? Then I need to clean it off. I'm going to use this Rust-Oleum wax and tar remover. Didn't really want to pay $60 for a whole gallon. I probably could have used it for another project. I think this was like $11 on Amazon, so I'm going to use this. So I guess without further ado, what I'm going to do is go ahead and put you on the stand, and I'm going to go ahead and go through the process of hitting it with the steel wool real quick. Then I'm actually going to take a wet rag, wipe it down real quick, and then I'll come back with the wax and tar remover and hit it. Then I'll come back with y'all. We're not going to mix this whole thing. I've got cups here. I'll mix, these are small, they're 20-ounce cups. Buy these on Amazon. Got to get stir sticks and cups, like 50 for $20. So we're going to mix basically 16 ounces. We're not going to mix the whole 32 to 4 ounces, the 1 to 8. So I just cut it in half. I'm going to mix 16 to 2. So I'll go 16 ounces. I'll go 16 ounces of the product, and then I will go up to 18 with the catalyst. And that will be my first batch. If I need more, which I'm sure I will, I'll just mix another batch. So let me get you guys set up and we'll get rocking. All right, folks, got this side done. Not super exciting. Not too much on there. Didn't expect a lot because we've cleaned this up with compound last year. But it does help to get these little spots that maybe are worn through to the metal, get them cleaned up before we clear coat it. So that'll be awesome. It'd be really good to get this sealed up where it's down to the primer on the roof as well, where the sun's been beating on it. And you can see it's dusty. So I'm going to finish this with the 4/0 steel wool, and I'll get it washed down. And then when I start the bug and tar remover, the wax and tar remover, I'll get back with you. Okay, we got, went over it with the 4/0 and then went over it with a wet towel and then a microfiber towel just to get the moisture dried up real quick. So really the only thing, here's my concern. You can see all these kind of swirl marks from the steel wool. You know, normally when you're doing a car and you buff it out with some kind of buffing cream, it kind of cleans all that up and smooths it out. But I'm going to assume that this stuff will fill that up and you won't see it. So, okay, now this, what the directions, the instructions here with the kit tell you to wet the rag and then use this and then come back behind it and dry it. The directions on this tells you to saturate, and saturate, and then before it dries, this is going to be pretty clean, folks. We've done a lot of work on this paint. I just can't take any more. Then they say let it sit until it's almost dry. And we can do that. It says up to 4 to 6 minutes, but we're not going to do that. You know, the only time you follow instructions is on Christmas Eve if you're a new father. After that, you just do what you got to do. See, it's already starting to dry. So, clean towel. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this down. I don't expect to find a lot because of once again, all the previous work that we've done. Sorry if I'm making y'all dizzy. Trying to keep up with you. I'll let you take a look at this cloth here in a minute. And as expected, there's a little bit, but I don't see a lot of dirt on there. All right, so that's what this surface is going to look like prepped. It's kind of a matte finish anyway. So I'm going to put you on the stand, probably play you a little music, and we're going to knock this out. I'll probably just do the front and do one side where you can see me, and then I'll cut it off. All right, folks, I'm gonna stop the video right there. You can see clean, and you can see the towel that I'm using. Not very dirty at all, and that's what we would fully expect to see because this is, you know, we've washed it, went over it with the 4/0. So I'll go ahead and finish up the bug and tar remover on the whole car, and then we'll come back and get this stuff mixed up and get it applied. All right, let's get her mixed up. So we're going to mix half and half, and the instructions said that this will last for, was it 2 hours at 77 degrees? So anyway, let's see what we got. I don't even know how to open this thing. Doggone, it's child-proof. There we go. Okay, there's one. It does have a pull top in it. I ought to look at that other box. They haven't told me what to do with it, what to send it back. Good night. Oh, there we go. All right, so we're gonna do, it's 32 ounces, we're gonna do 16 ounces. I know you can't see this, but we're gonna fill it all the way up here to 16 ounces, and then 2 ounces, which would be half of that. So let's get her going. 16 ounces. Okay, that should be about half, and it feels like about half, so we'll put this back on. Smells awesome. Then we have the catalyst. It's 4 ounces because it is a fourth of a pint, and a pint is 16 ounces, so we're going to use 2 ounces. And once again, I got to figure it out. Okay, there we go. Good night. There we go. At least the little ring didn't break, you know, the little ring you pull up on, usually those break. All right, so I want to finish going up to, I'm at 16 ounces, I'm going to go up at 8 to 18 ounces, which should use half of this. And then the next batch, if we think we're going to need it all, we'll just mix it all together. All right, here we go, rock and roll. Looks like a virgin pina colada. Y'all know what that is, right? For you viewers, I'm not being nasty. A virgin pina colada is a pina colada with no rum in it. So, all right, we're just going to get rocking here. All right. It's the consistency of water. I mean, it's nothing extraordinary. So let me take that. Put that towel on right there. All right, so I don't know why I just did that. Actually, I'm going to set that there. All right, so applicator. They said blow it off with air so there's no lint. So there you go. I did it. All right, let's get you guys on the car. And I am going to start on the hood. And let's see what we got. It takes, I think they said 20 to 30 minutes. And I probably don't want to set this on the car, but I'm going to anyway. We'll get some, we want to get this applicator saturated. I don't want it so saturated that I'm flooding. Oh, there it went. Guess we're doing this side first. I'm going to go ahead and set this back over here. Just because I can. Then watch me spill it. Okay, so wipe it on. And it says to do about a fourth overlap. Yeah, I can already feel that drying as I'm putting it on. So, like I said, I'm not too worried about the chrome. There we go. All right, let me keep going here. Because I can come back with acetone and do whatever I need there. Okay, very good. Still got some on here. I'm going to get this up in here. Oh, it's sticky on my fingers. I didn't realize it was going to do that. But then again, it is a coating product, so you would expect nothing less, I guess. All right. Okay. Let's get some more saturation on there. I don't know. We'll just have to see how it dries, because I don't know if I don't know how flat matte this is going to be. Let's see. Get the front. Just coat it, and then I want to do long strokes. Overlap about 25%. I'll flip it over. Do the same thing here. Then I'm going to get this. All right. So we'll let that continue to dry and set up. Let's get some more. Let's get rocking. We'll go ahead and get the roof. I'm getting it all over the counter, so y'all be all right. Okay. Tell you what, same thing. I'm gonna get the trunk. Let me get the rest of it here, and I'm gonna let it dry for about 20-30 minutes. Then we'll come back and look at it, folks. Well, folks, it's on, and you can see it's got a cure for 24 hours. A lot of streakiness going on there that I really don't like. Looks like I got a drip right there too, but you know what? It's gonna be okay. So we'll see. I gotta let it cure. That's gonna make everything, all the streaks even out. Never used this product, never used this technique, so don't know what to expect, but I know it has to cure for 24 hours. You can see where it's dried in some places and not in others. Trunk, this is the last area I did back here. So we'll let it dry for overnight. We'll come back out and take a look at it. See y'all in a few seconds. Hey folks, it's the next day. Hadn't been 24 hours. We still got till later on tonight for it to be 24 hours for this to fully cure, but I'm a little disillusioned. I'm sick. Matter of fact, I'm so sick, when I first saw the results, I kind of threw up in my mouth. So let me share with you what I saw. First of all, if you look at this, does that look matte? That doesn't look like a matte finish to me. That looks like a guy, it's not even satin. Let me turn the lights off. So let me turn this light off. Okay. So when I walked out into the garage, hope I can get the lighting right where you guys can, this is what I saw. It looks like my grandchild painted this with a paintbrush, and not even a good paintbrush. All right, let me get these lights back on. It just is streaked. Let me show you. I mean, I don't know if you can see, it looks, this area right here, it just looks like it didn't lay out and smooth out. And I've seen, for the record, if you look back at some of my videos with Clyde when we did the 383 big block break-in, at the end of the video, you'll see his 79 Dodge truck with the gloss on it. But look at this. I can't do this. I mean, I run and there's drips. I thought I wasn't using enough. I kind of started using more, but you can see these drips along here. This ain't gonna work. This is not gonna work. So this is gonna become a multi-part video. I'm gonna go ahead and put out the video where I made a homemade drum brake puller. I'll put that out for this Friday at 6 o'clock. We're gonna have to make this a multi-part. So first of all, in no way, shape, or form am I going to bash Vice Grip Garage. In no way, shape, or form am I going to bash Poppy's Patina, who makes this product. I think you all are aware of that. So if you're watching a video, Poppy's Patina or Vice Grip Garage, wipe on clear coat, this is supposed to be matte. You saw me measure it, 1:8 ratio. I did 16 ounces of the clear coat and then 2 ounces of the catalyst. I've seen it work. I've seen videos, I've seen it with my own eyes, I've seen the product. It's just not working for me. Obviously, I'm an idiot sometimes. We know that, and I'm not the great painter on YouTube or anything like that. But I know that this is not good. Okay, there are a couple videos out there that I want to share with you. So, first of all, no negativity, no bashing. That's not the intent here. Okay, we're here to have fun. This is supposed to be entertainment, so we're going to move forward. But this YouTube channel right here, Cross Thread Garage and Salvage, he has a video on here, and I love his positivity as well. Mistakes were made. He wasn't bashing anybody. They tried to resolve it, but in this video, he went through the exact same thing. Let me get through the the ad. So go watch that video. It's a good video. It's 37 minutes long. What I'm taking from his video and lessons learned is he wet sanded that entire truck, folks, with 600 grit. Then they went back and tested the roof again. He saw the same results when he was putting it on, and it was supposed to be matte. And then they got the product replaced, thought it was mismixed or something, and he did the roof of the truck again and realized he's seeing the same results, so he stopped. So he didn't have to wet sand the entire car. I'm going to learn from his hard knock, his lesson in life. I am not going to try to wet sand this and put a second coat on it. I know that I had even product left last night, okay? Maybe at times I didn't put it on thick enough. And I'll own areas like this right here where I did go back and try to touch it up. That's my fault. That went totally against the instructions. But what you would have to do would be to perfectly lay down a very thick coat with it not dripping to touch it up, and it's just not going to work. So what are we going to do? I got two options. The first thing I have to do is I got to get some. I checked. I don't have any 600 grit. The smoothest I got is 400 grit. I'm going to get some 600 grit, and I'm going to wet sand this car. I'm going to let it cure for a day or two. We're going to do a little test right here to wrap up this video. So my two options are so it has to be wet sanded regardless of the option. Option number one is to go ahead and get a spray gun, get a Harbor Freight spray gun, and spray this, put my own clear coat on it, put my own matte finish. That may be the way to go. The other option I have is we're going to do a little testing. I'm going to do a little test area. So now we're in the testing phase. I just happen to have this on the shelf. There's very little in it. This is Chrysler matte finish. I like Krylon's products. I use them for my rebuild black and things of that nature, the satin finish. I like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take very lightly, I got some 400 grit. I'm going to wet sand this area here, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and tape. Don't worry about overspray because I'm not going to get it on anything chrome. I'm going to go ahead and hit this area with this matte finish and let it dry, and let's see what we got. My only concern with doing it with a rattle can is the overlap and making sure that we do it right. I do have in my stash of things that I've acquired over the course of years. I've got some Artworks spray nozzles that are a wider pattern, and I could possibly use these as well to get that to lay down better. My only other option, if I don't choose that option, is go back to option number one and go ahead and get a spray gun, mix and reduce my own clear coat and spray it that way, which might be what I do. So, okay, so let me get everything set up to wet sand this area here. We're not going to move forward with this patina kit. Once again, I'm not bashing. Look, I make my own tools. You're fixing to see a video on that before you see this now. It's shade tree. It's redneck. It's whatever you want to call it. I use Harbor Freight tools religiously, okay? And those tools don't work for everybody. I get that 100%. And sometimes they don't work for me. Sometimes I've bought expensive tools that don't work for me. So not bashing here. This is not to tear anybody down. This experience did not go well for me. I'm going to have to come up with an alternative method. And, and that's exactly what we're going to do, because we never give up. Okay, so very lightly I took that 400 grit, and you can see, because of the unevenness, you can see these streaks in here. I'm hoping this matte finish clear coat will bring all that back together. This paint is so thin. I mean, I thinned it down with the compound, so I've got to get a coat on this so it doesn't get any worse. So very little in this can, very, very little. So let's see what we got. I should have taken this off. Yeah, I don't know if there's enough in this can to, I don't know if I'm blowing air or blowing paint. Looks to be there's some paint coming out, so. Got to do something, folks. I need a wider spray pattern, that's for sure. Okay. I'm going to let that flash for just a minute or two. Then we'll come back and see if well, let me get you guys down in here. Here's the deal when you spray paint. First of all, there's not a lot left in this can. You can see all that overlap and everything. And I'm hoping that'll dry even. So we're fixing to see. All right, put a second coat on here, let it dry. First of all, there's not enough paint in that can. It's splotchy at best, but let's take this tape off. Can't believe I'm wasting 12 cents worth of tape. All right. There you go. All right. So now, this is the matte finish I'm looking for. This is gloss. It's not matte. Okay, look how thick I put it on. I mean, there's splooges in here and everything. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep experimenting. While I'm out today, I'm gonna pick up some more paint. I'm gonna get some matte, and I'm gonna get a can of satin. We're gonna experiment. We're gonna do some experimenting on this hood before we move forward, because I need this paint job sealed up. And even with the little bit of matte finish I put on here, the question is, will it beat up? And that's what we want. That's what we want to see. We want to see it beating up so it will roll off. Okay. Definitely got to get that sealed up good. But can I, with a rattle can, get it looking even enough? Because this is not something, when you do a matte or satin finish, that's not something you can go back and kind of clean up and buff out. You just leave it. But I want the whole car, I don't want shiny. I want the whole car to have that matte, even matte, non-gloss finish. Okay, all right, folks. So we're gonna not wrap up the video, but wrap this up for now to be just a millisecond for you. I'll get some other paint. We'll keep doing some same testing. I'm gonna go ahead. Man, this garage is a mess. We're continuing to work on the 68 Ford XL. I just watched the video. You'll see the video on this one already. My little homemade drum puller. So thank y'all, and we'll see you in just a millisecond. Hey folks, welcome back. It is a couple days later, and I'm gonna be real transparent. Kind of a bonus for you and a tragedy for me. When I say a bonus for you, I'm gonna read just the shortest scripture, the shortest verse in scripture. John 11:35 is Jesus wept. So some of you have seen our little dog Jasper on this channel. I was out here working on 4th of July night, cleaned up. We were going to go out and have some quiet dinner as a family. Then I was going to come back and work on this and finish it up. Well, we couldn't find our dog. He had left our yard which is fenced in the back. He can get out. It's never been an issue. We've been here nigh on 8 years, had him for 11 years, but he went into the neighbor's yard and the German Shepherds killed him. So tragedy, but a blessing, because John, I can't even remember the scripture now, guys. We're a little devastated. Was it John 11:35? Jesus wept. Well, Jesus wept over the death of Lazarus. He also wept because Martha and Mary were weeping over the death of their brother, and he felt sympathy for them. And we are created in His image to weep. And I'm not going to hide it. I'm a grown man, but I'm the one that hated that dog and threatened it, said I'm going to eat him and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? He's been part of a family for 11 years. I know it's a dog. God created all creatures, and God will take care of him, and he didn't suffer long. I can guarantee that. So maybe towards the end of this video, I'll come out and show you a little picture we got in paw print. But anyway, we're a little devastated. I want to kind of be transparent there. That's what this channel is about. When I screw something up, I admit it. I'm an idiot sometimes, and my little dog died, and I'm sad. So Jesus wept. I'm made in His image. I will weep when I feel like weeping. I'm not so big of a man that I can't weep. So I wanted to share that with you. You won't see Jasper again. And we're not getting another dog. Everybody says that. We're saying it right now. So let's get on to more cheerful things. Now, I've got a little breath of hope in me here. So here's what we wound up with. Okay, this is just horrible. Okay, there's just no way getting around it. And I want to show you the screenshot on the back here again. You can kind of see the reflection. I mean, it looks like my 3-year-old grandson hit it with a paintbrush of clear coat. So anyway, so what have I done? I don't like the wet sanding, but I tried on the top up here. I tried using this Meguiar's Ultimate Compound because it's not too aggressive, and it won't knock down that clear coat. I tried a little bit of acetone on it. Didn't like that either. So kudos to the clear coat because it's hard. It's just not the look that I'm looking for. So what do we got here? I went out and bought another this Rust-Oleum matte clear enamel. And you can see what it looks like right here. I like that a lot. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And then I've got, this is just a Rust-Oleum satin clear. I went with the satin. You can see, and I should have done them side by side so you could see the two. But I wanted you to see that, and I want to get y'all's thoughts. This one is a little shinier, and I want to let it cure and get a good look at it. But this one here is a little duller, but I'm digging it, man. You know what I would dig? You guys tell me what you think. I want to put black racing stripes down this thing. So, I mean, if you're going to be have a 4-door yacht, a lead sled, whatever you want to call it, ghetto sled, let's do it right. Put some stripes down it before I put this clear coat on it, put some nice STP and Headman header sticker and cherry bomb stickers down there. So, what I'm going to do real quick is let me get you back on the stand. I'm going to pull the paint off, and I wanted to get this done so that you guys could see it, because I'm going to end this video. For me, the Vice Grip Garage was a failure. I'm not telling you their product's a failure. I'm just telling you it didn't work for me. And I think there's other videos out there. I don't know what their mixing consistency is. You guys saw me mixed it. I mixed it 1:8 ratio. Maybe there was too much catalyst in there. Maybe it potted long before it was supposed to. I was supposed to be good for 2 hours, but it was drying when I was putting it on, for doggone sake, right? All right, folks, I'm going to throw this in at the end. I told y'all I'd show you. There's their dog Jasper, and there's a little footprint and a tuft of his fur. It's fitting that he's on this car because he passed away on the back trunk of this car. When I retrieved him and brought him back and put him in a blanket, I was calling the vet, and my wife was with him, and he passed away on the back deck of the car there. So very fitting. So anyway, you know what? God created all things. I'm not going to sit here and say he's in doggy heaven or anything like that. I just know that God created all things and he loves all of his creation. So he'll take care of it. So y'all be blessed.